Hello, hello. I hope you are all doing well. We are live streaming right now into the Facebook group, The Profit Factor, my YouTube channel, also known as The Profit Factor, and my business page, The Chic CFO. As always, I'm going to log on to Facebook just to make sure that you guys can actually hear me. If you are here live, we are using StreamYard. So go ahead and grant StreamYard permission so that if you guys ask questions, we can actually see your name. If you can hear me, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And if you guys are watching the replay, let us know that you're watching that as well. Hear me? Go yep, there we go. We are all good. We are live. I see a couple of people coming on. That is great. If you are new here, my name is Danae Wolf. I am a financial clarity coach and a profit strategist. What that means is I help entrepreneurs like you understand the money side of your business so that you can increase profits and decrease stress. Today, I am really excited about our training because we have an amazing guest speaker with us. I am so excited for you guys to listen to her. She is definitely one of my all-time favorite entrepreneurs, and I think you guys are going to learn some really amazing things from her. And today's topic is something that you guys might not know that I'm really into. I am really into all things time management because I really believe that how you spend your days is how you spend your life. And when I speak to entrepreneurs, there are a couple of key themes that I always hear. Number one, I don't know what the heck is going on in my bank account. I don't know if I'm making money. My money's all over the place. Number two, I have no time to figure out what's going on in my bank account. So they always are very confused with the money things and really stressed trying to manage all the things. Because you guys know, as an entrepreneur, you're wearing a lot of different hats. Okay, that happens. One day we're a bookkeeper, the next day we're the head of HR. We've got all kinds of things to do. And if we can take something that, let's say, normally takes you an hour, and maybe we get it down to 45 minutes, that 15 minutes saved goes a long way when you start doing that across the board with all the things that you have to do in your business. And what I found, just because I geek out to this stuff, really studying time management and how to be efficient, one of the things that I've found is automation. Automations have had a huge impact in my business. And the person we're speaking to today is literally the queen of automation. And what I will tell you guys, I was calling her that just because that's how I see her. And then when we were putting together the promotional graphics for today, I saw that that was her Instagram handle. I swear I had no idea that was actually her Instagram handle. Like, to me, I'm just like, oh, Courtney, that's the queen of automation. And what I want you guys to really know, she is one of the most authentic coaches out there. Because what I will tell you is I am also Courtney's CFO for her cleaning company. And as someone who knows her numbers inside and out, I can tell you that she runs a way above average profitable cleaning company. And it is like a well-oiled machine. So I take it really seriously when I bring somebody on and label them as an expert. I take it seriously when I share that with you guys. And I want you guys to know I'm in her books. I'm in the nitty gritty. We pull back the curtain. I know what's going on. And this chick is the real deal. And every month when you do her analysis, I am like a broken record. I'm like, this is what I love about you. You practice what you preach. So if you guys are any type of service-based industry, she really knows her stuff with the cleaning industry. And if you're a cleaning company, you need to get with her. But if you're a service-based business, don't turn off this episode, okay? I want you to still listen to what she has to say. Because if you are feeling overwhelmed in your company trying to do all the things, you need Courtney. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her on. Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
what an intro. So much pressure.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I just want them to all know. Do I not tell you that every month? Like, I love that you actually practice what you preach.
You do. I could probably make like a song about it now, like with just
Yes.
clips of you saying that over and over.
Yes. Because, guys, just being completely honest, I see behind the books of a lot of companies and a lot of coaches, and a lot of them are selling something they're not actually achieving themselves. And not this chick. She is definitely authentic. So, Courtney, please tell us, how did you become the queen of automation? How did this all happen?
Okay, first of all, I did not name myself that. I'm not that
I
pretentious.
named you that, but I didn't know it was your handle. I had no idea.
I swear I'm not that pretentious of a human. People in the industry started calling me that, and I was like, all right, that's a cool nickname, I guess. Like, I'll take it.
Perfect.
So that's they started calling me that, but really it's because I think I'm the maybe the first person that I can't say that I'm the first person that like loved automation in the industry, but I think I'm probably the first person that made it a mission to spread it and to teach it. So, because once I saw how much it changed my life, especially with my cleaning company, I was just like, I have to share this. Like other people have to be able to have this time freedom and everything that I created because, that's what life's about. So, yeah, I guess that's how I became the queen of automation.
Perfect. What are some of the time sucks that you see happening in the cleaning industry? Like, give us, like, get into the nitty gritty. What are things that you're seeing happening across the board, and what can they do about it? What are some tips you can give the viewers?
Take my course.
We will definitely tell you guys all about her course because I definitely strongly recommend it. I don't even have a cleaning company, and I have gone through the course.
So, okay, the biggest time sucks. The first one that I see is the application process. So, if you don't have automations in the right spots of that process, it'll just take over your life. Like you will spend so much time going through applications and trying to vet out and weed out all of the terrible applicants, the ones that don't live near you, the ones that have felonies, the ones that don't have a car, all of that. Maybe that's just where I live. I don't know. But it does take a ton of time to go through all of this. And it's such a waste of time because none of them are qualified and you've now wasted an hour going through them. So that's obnoxious. The amount of people that don't show up for interviews. If you schedule a first interview with somebody and let's say you don't have an office and you book it at Starbucks or something, and then you take your time getting ready, putting your face on, going to the coffee shop, sitting down, and then they don't ever show up. And that's another hour or two wasted. So I think just the whole hiring process is completely massively a huge time waste in this industry. Do you want me to like tell you how I combat that? Would that help?
Give them a little bit of a taste of the goods. Give them some of your top tips.
Okay, so the first thing that I do is obviously make your application digital, put it on your website. If you don't have a website, that's okay. You can still have a digital application because you can create the application in something like Typeform, or if you have my course, you would be doing through ClickUp, which is fantastic. So either way, as long as it's digital, then that can come in. Now, the biggest way that you can automate this process is you can set up disqualifiers so that, for example, whenever we get, let's say 50 applications in a month or something, which it's usually more than that, but let's just for numbers, let's say 50 applications come in. Let's say 30 of them were immediately disqualified based on my criteria. No car, not over 21, can't work 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, drug screen, background check, like those are my disqualifiers. So I have it set to where it's automatically screening for that and immediately eliminating those people. So I never even see those applications.
So you did not have to even lift a finger or read anything. This just happened.
Yeah. And the cool thing is that some people are like, well, that's kind of, not personal and you want to make sure to get back to everybody. First of all, no, you don't need to get it back to everybody. A lot of them are just checking a box to say I applied somewhere just so they can get unemployment or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you are one of those people that's like, I feel bad and I want to get back to people, I have it set up to where I think I have it set for 3 hours after their application comes in. If they're disqualified, 3 hours later, so it looks like I actually looked at it, they'll get an email saying, unfortunately, we are going in a different direction. Thank you so much. We'll keep your application on file, blah, blah, blah. So, but that's also all automated. I don't touch that either. So it's just 3 hours later, we'll send that message. So,
and guys, think about the amount of time saved by her creating these automations, because we talked about this, I want to say it was about a couple weeks ago in one of our trainings. You should make sure that you are spending the majority of your time in your business in your zone of genius. So what we're talking about is all of those menial tasks that absolutely have to be done. If we can automate them, that frees up your time so you can get back to your zone of genius, focus on your company, and actually do things that are going to generate profits. If there is something that is a time suck that can have an automation put to it, I really want you to ask yourself, holy moly, what would I do with all this extra time if I was working in my zone of genius? And that's really where we start to see this correlation between time and money, because I think you guys have all heard time is money, but you also have to remember when we're comparing time and money, only one of them can we never make up for. You can't go back and get that time. You can always make more money. You could always lose more money. But with time, that's it. So anything in your day that doesn't need to be done by you and can be automated should be automated. And Courtney is just so good at this. I mean, guys, she actually tests this stuff out. So when she's making a suggestion to you of Typeform or ClickUp, she's actually using it. So she's not a coach who's just kind of saying, do as I say, not as I do. She does it, she tests it out. And if she gets any improvements or anything, she's going to update you guys and make sure that her students have the most up-to-date information. Now, Courtney, what would you say to those who, because a lot, obviously we all know with automation comes tech. And I am one of these people who's like, I am not tech savvy. So what about these cleaning companies who are like, listen, I know my life could be improved through automation. I know that I'm taking the longer route by doing these things manually, but I suck at tech. What about those people?
Oh, nobody's ever said that to me today. I don't know where that came from.
I've said that to you about me.
You do not give yourself enough credit, actually, just so you know.
You had to help me with Zoom like 2 months ago. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with my Zoom.
But here's what I will say. There's two groups of people here. There's the people that legitimately don't understand technology, and they just don't understand it because they've never learned it and they've never been taught it. There's also a group of people that hate technology. Okay. And you have to figure out which group you belong to, because if you are in the group that hates technology, I don't want you in my course. So first of all, and that's
they're not going to be open to it.
No, they're not going to be open to it. So here's what I will say. For those people, that's fine. You don't have to love technology. You don't have to want to learn. I don't want to learn anything about sports. Like, I have zero interest in sports. You know what I mean? So here's what I would say to those people, because you do need it for your business. I'm sorry, but you do. You just have to. So what I would say is hire somebody that does like technology and let them do it.
That's really good advice.
Yeah, you don't have to be the one to build it, but if you can hire somebody that has the mental capacity to learn these things, let them build it and then let them run it. And then they can just basically teach you what you need to do as the owner, which is really just dip your toe in every so often. And like, I only work about 20 minutes a week on my cleaning service. Like, I really don't have to do much anymore.
That's a fact. That's a fact. She's not just making that up.
And we grow like every month, don't we? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, and that's because I have set it up to where now, of course, I love technology, but I've set it up to where I can just jump in and look and see what's going on at any time, no matter where I'm at. I could be sitting in my bathtub and see exactly what's going on with everything in my company. So the point is, if you're in that camp that hates technology, please recognize that and don't try to force yourself into something that you really don't want to do. Okay. You will fail. That's just a fact. Now, the other people that don't hate technology, they just don't know how to do anything yet. You guys are easy. I just get to teach you, and that's super fun for me. So if you're in that camp, then take the course and you will love it, because I go from the beginning literally in the beginning of your computer life, I'm like, here's how you set up your bookmarks on your browser. Like, I teach you from step one so that you can ease your way into the difficult stuff. And by the time you get to the difficult stuff, it doesn't seem so scary and difficult because you've already taken this journey to get there. And now you're super proud of yourself because you're like, wow, I'm capable of all of these things. It's not hard. It just takes time and effort. And as long as you're open to learning it, you'll be fine. Not to mention, of course, you can ask questions and get support anytime you're stuck. So, yeah.
And I think that was really powerful what she said, guys, because I tell you guys the same thing with your finances. You might not be a numbers person. QuickBooks might never make sense to you, but I ask you to please just appreciate the fact that finances are so critical to your business. So if you're not going to do it, hire someone, this chick, to do it for you. And it's the same thing with automation. We want you guys to understand that you're leaving money on the table when you are allowing these time sucks to interrupt you from working in your zone of genius. So if tech is not your thing, get someone who enjoys it onto your team and let them take Courtney's program. So we are talking a lot about it. Let's get more into the nitty gritty. Tell them about Digital Systems Bootcamp. And you guys know I've got a course. I've taken plenty of courses. I have taken Courtney's course. Like, this thing is no joke. First of all, how long would you say it even took you to create this masterpiece? Because it is very well thought out. And I'll tell you guys, before I had taken Courtney's course, there were several people in my course who actually, when I asked for suggestions, several people were like, well, Courtney does blah, blah, blah. Maybe you should change yours to be more like this. And I was like, ooh. And I asked her, I was like, can I get into your course? Because I need to see what this layout is that they're talking about.
Yeah, it took me, well, so the infrastructure that I built for my maid service is what the core of the course is. So whenever you're done with it, you don't just have like some random knowledge about, okay, now I have an idea of how to go and build my back end of my maid service. You will literally have it built out by the end of the course because it's a very much a step-by-step, pause the video, do this, pause the video, do this. So by the end of it, you literally have everything built out just like I do, which is great. It took me about 1.5 years to build the infrastructure of my business in ClickUp, in the system that you learn. It was a lot of trial and error, and it was a lot of which way is the best way to do this and which way is the best way to automate this and all the things. The course itself is a 10-week format. However, no one ever finishes in 10 weeks. So you have a year to go through it. And I would say most people finish in like 5 to 6 months.
Okay.
You know, that's a typical kind of an average there. It's about 170 hours of content. So it's a lot of content and it's a lot of homework and it's a lot of time that you would have to spend to do it. However, it's fun and you're not alone. And every single time that you do something and you automate something or you know, do the next step in the course, I get so many messages from people that are like, oh my God, this is so cool. I can't believe I can do this now. And they're amazed at themselves and how they, you know, have kind of elevated themselves as business owners. So that's really, really cool to see. So, but it's a commitment.
Put in the comments, I don't know who it is because they didn't grant StreamYard permission, but they said, I'm laying on my couch making money right now because of Courtney. So there is a real life testimonial. I just don't know who it was. StreamYard won't let us see the name. So you're thinking typically it's going to take people about 5 to 6 months in order to really implement everything from the program. Now, I know you said one of the prerequisites is they can't hate technology, right? They have to be open to it. Who else? Oh, Kayla. Hi. Who else would you say is a really good fit? So like at what point should they be in their business? What size should they be? Like what is kind of the ideal person that should really start learning and educating themselves on how to implement all these automations?
Okay, so this is actually an interesting question because I have, you know, we've implemented this into people that are brand new and don't even have any clients yet. We've also done this for people that are massive, that are $2 million companies that have 40 employees. So it's a really different experience in both regards. And there's pros and cons to both. And really the only con for doing it whenever you're brand new or whenever you're very early on is the cost. And so I have always told people, if this is going to put a financial burden on you, do not do this course. You need to get,
Amen.
thank you. Like, I don't want to be the reason for anybody eating ramen noodles when they could have had Hamburger Helper. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And that's more of her authenticity coming through. Like, she also very much at the root of this entire company, she's got a mission. Like, her mission is actually to help you guys.
Yeah.
And that's why I really want to have her on today, but go on.
Yeah. And so, but if there are people that will start a cleaning business and they already have capital to do so. Like, they're, they've saved and they're ready to go. Those people, sure. If you want to, buy the course and get all of your systems in place before you get rocking and rolling, I will tell you, your life will be 1,000 times easier. You're not going to go through a million of the stressors that most of us have gone through in the beginning. So you can just kind of skip over all of that and immediately have a well-oiled machine. That's great. That's not typical. Most people don't have those means to do that right in the beginning. So I would say just keep in mind that the bigger you are, the more work it's going to be on your end, because obviously there's more data in your systems. So you're going to have to, transition things into ClickUp and whatnot, which we should probably touch on. This is not a replacement for a scheduling software. So you still need your scheduling software. I look at the scheduling software as the front end of your business. That's the piece that your cleaners are getting their assignments from it. Your customers are getting their reminders, all of that. That's the front end. The back end is what this is. This is keeping track of all the request offs from the employees. This is keeping track of your inventory. This is your hiring process, your applications. This is your pipeline for your leads and all of that kind of stuff. That's all the back end stuff of your business. So kind of like, 1% of what it all is, but just to kind of give you an example. So really you can do it at any size, as long as it's not a financial burden. That's really all I'm worried about.
Yeah. Now, outside of the huge program that can literally, I believe, transform their business and transform your life. Not to be dramatic, guys, but
it does.
It is major when you are able to go from working 20 hours a week down to 15, maybe down to 10. Think about, number one, the impact that's going to have on your family, because I know just from how intertwined I am with the cleaning business. I'm going to make a little bit of a stereotypical comment here, but most of you are moms who did this because you wanted more freedom with your kids. Like, that's typically 98% of the time. That's the story I'm told. And then what happens is you kind of get into it, it snowballs, and you wake up and you're like, holy crap, I'm running a major operation here. So if you can get that time back, number one, what kind of impact is that going to have with your children? Remember, we can't get this time back. You can make more money later when they go to school full time, but right now you can't get that time back. And what kind of impact is it going to have on your profit in your company when you are spending your time working in your zone of genius? Mm-hmm. Courtney does not work a lot in her business at all. We're talking about Magic Maids, a cleaning company. Not at all. And I can tell you guys, industry standard for profit, she blows it out of the, like, sometimes legit doubling it. Like, she's no joke. And she's not working a lot, because the time that she's working, she's not doing menial tasks that an app can do. Instead, she only focuses on her zone of genius, which is what it's our job as entrepreneurs to do that.
Yeah. And I'll say, Janae, this is where there's kind of two levels to this. Once you get all these systems in place, if you're somebody that does not have an office assistant or a VA or anything like that, if it's just you and you're rocking your business by yourself, and maybe you've got some employees, but it's just you in the office, this will allow you to now decrease your work by at least half, easy. So you can either decide, do I want to spend this extra time with my family, or do I want to spend this extra time in my zone of genius and growing my business to be able to get bigger and have an office manager and whatnot? But once you get to that level, and then you can have an office manager or VA, this system allows you to literally turn the key. Here it is. The office manager can now do it. You just reassign everything on your to-do list to them. And it's so simple to integrate somebody right into your company, because now you've got systems and processes for every single thing in your company. There is no gray. It's all black and white. This is what we do. These are the SOPs. and the VA or office assistant or office manager, whoever, will be able to literally just take it over from you, and you can just disappear if you want to. If you want to be an absentee owner, it just gives you that ability.
Not to mention the fact you bring up a really good point with SOPs. Guys, when you're selling a service-based businesses, if any of you ever have the hope or desire or contemplating that you might sell one day, with a service-based business, it's a little bit challenging in the sense that, well, what am I buying from you besides a client list? Because all those people might drop, right? They might stop doing the services once it changes hands of ownership. Mm-hmm. So your actual asset, because you don't own your clients, what you own as a service-based entrepreneur is your SOPs. Mm-hmm. So you're talking about going through her course and building out SOPs that at the end, that's your asset. That's what it's worth. And if somebody wants to buy your business, I'll tell you what, if they look into your ClickUp and they see all kinds of systems and processes that they're now going, I'm going to take that and put it across my other locations. Mm-hmm. You are literally creating an asset in your business that you're going to be able to turn around and sell. And that asset of SOPs is going to be way more valuable than a client list of people that may or may not stick with the new owner. So you're really, yes, you're getting back time, more time with your family, more time of your zone of genius. But I also just want to point out, you're adding to your balance sheet. You're creating a tangible asset for your company, which most service businesses don't have. And I think that's really important. Now, if people are not ready to kind of jump into the 6-month program, tell us more about Rescue, because it's not just Digital Systems Bootcamp. That is the creme de la creme, amazing program that you have, but you guys help business cleaning companies in all shapes and sizes. So tell us more about Rescue and talk about your mission, because I love how committed you are to it.
Yeah, it's funny because my course, even though that's like the big crowning jewel of Rescue or whatever, simply because it's the most expensive thing there, but that actually came 3 years after Rescue was invented. Like, wow. It was not the first thing at all. I've been doing this. I created Rescue My Maid Service 4 years ago now, and I created it because I was on the Zen Maid team at the time, and there were so many people that just needed help with so many things outside of Zen Maid. You know what I mean? They needed help with hiring. They needed help with automation, with all the things. And so I was like, I need a space. I need a spot for people to come to get help. So that's really why Rescue My Maid Service was born. And for the first year or two, maybe, about 2 years, I didn't even charge for anything. I just like gave away all this stuff for free. I was like, here, help, because that's what it was about. But then of course it got too many people. It was like thousands of people, and I just couldn't handle it by myself anymore. So that's whenever I grew the team. We started, doing all these retreats, and then the course came along, my systems. And then from there, it's been an explosion. But if you go onto rescuemymaidservice.com, you can see, if you go to the services tab, you can see everything that we do. And we've got a huge team now. We've got like 13, 14 people on it. And there's a graphics team. They can handle your social media graphics. Like, no more time wasted in Canva. Like, we can handle that for you. We've got Tiana, who builds our websites for people. We've got Google Ads management. We've got, all of the things. And whenever I put something on Rescue's site, it is like 100% vetted by me. I don't just randomly throw things on there. Like, I use them myself. So I only put on there, kind of like you vet your people. I'm the same way. So, but you can go on there and you can take a health check, and it'll tell you where you're at in your business. It will tell you.
Oh, that thing is so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's cool. And I created it to give people an idea of, on a scale of A to F, where are they really at in their business? And I think it's a pretty good assessment. Like, it really does ask all the right questions to figure that out. And then once you're done with it, and it's free, and then you can book a free roadmap call, and you can get on with one of my team members, and then they can, go over your assessment with you. They can offer up some advice, and they can point you to our resource library. And there's a ton of things on there for free that you guys can go look at. You can download them, make them your own, put them in your companies immediately, and implement these things, and then go from there. So we want to help everybody, no matter what.
And let me just, when she says there's a ton of stuff for free, yes, there is, to the point that I'm on the phone with her sometimes, even if I'm bathing my kid, and I'm like, why are you giving that away for free? And she's like, because I want everyone. It's so life-changing. I'm like, Court, you could charge. And she's like, No, like she's authentic when she's saying there's so much for free. It's like me calling like, hey, charge. And she's like, nope, because she really is committed to making you guys have your time back and as profitable of a cleaning company as you have. So there you guys have it. She's the real deal, super authentic. She practices what she preaches. I am completely obsessed with all things time management. I think it's going to change your business. I think it's going to change your life. And in my opinion, she is definitely the leader in the space. So I strongly suggest you guys head over to Rescue My Maid Service and check it out. I know she's got a lot of happy students. If you guys are watching, drop it in the comments. I know Kayla already did, and let everybody know how great Courtney is. And Courtney, thank you so much for doing this today. I think it was great, and I hope that you get a lot of traffic over to your site.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me today.
Of course. Bye, guys.
Bye.